Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Some serious pride on the line in this contest as these two divisional rivals take the field together for the first time this season. Almost a playoff atmosphere surrounding the game between these two bitter opponents. It's the Falcons going up against the Saints.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. First carry for Melvin Gordon. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he powers his way up past the 30. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
Here we go!
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 15. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. They'll need to get the play off quickly. They just got that play off. Now Rivers. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. In motion now is Lee. Play clock winding down. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. 2nd down following the run. In motion now is Lee. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. 23 yards on the play. And now a first down following that long gain. In motion now is Lee. First down, Rivers. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
In motion now is Lee. Time running out here on the play clock. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run. Probing now early to try and get things done later.
Rivers. And complete right side to Cook. And he'll be knocked down sideways at the 33. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
All right, I'm doing my rudimentary math here. That's his 3rd catch here in the first quarter. I don't know if it's just game plan or he's just finding his way open.
And maybe a little of both. In motion now is Lee. Rivers on 3rd and 2. He's got the hook up to Lee. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. And the wideout in motion. On 1st and 10, Rivers. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
In motion now is Lee. Throwing again, Rivers on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third.
Hurry up! Hey. We got three. Three down. One down a little bit. Hey.
In motion now is Lee.
36.
On third down, Rivers. This is caught inside the 15. He got 29 yards that time. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade. Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations. So he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad at all. Remember, he's the son of a coach. And on that play, I think he made the old coach proud with that completion.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, eluding the tackle. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Now a second down throw for Rivers. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now Rivers. This is caught. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 4th down. So now it's Andrew Franks on for the field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Frank's kick is good. A first scoring update now from Carolina. And it's the Cowboys that have moved out to an early advantage. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action and hit them over the top.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Let's go.
On second down, Dobbs going for the deep ball. That's caught inside the 20. A big-time play there for the Falcons. 56 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
He takes it to the 15. A flashy move, but little to show for it. A gain of 3, second down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. Third down, this is Melvin Gordon. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Saints will have the football back. In motion now is Lee. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Rivers now on 2nd down. And this one's incomplete. Marquise Lee, the intended target. And it's 3rd down.
Well, they're slinging it. And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. The Saints on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. The play clock's running down. To throw on 3rd down. Rivers. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Hey, Delta! 380! Hey! Check. Hey! Check 4!
Rivers on 1st down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Flipper!
So that'll back him up 5.
Kill. Watch the edge. Check. Press no. Set. Lock the team. Alpha. Check 26. Kill.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. He'll get 3 of those penalty yards back here, leaving him with a 2nd and 12.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Gun. Set. Set. Green 80. No. Hey, Delta. Ship. Watch the ship. Hey, hut.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Leopard.
On 3rd down, Rivers. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Meanwhile, a second quarter score from Carolina. And it's the Cowboys that have moved down to an early advantage. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL.
Let's go.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. Dobbs now on 2nd down. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the shotgun, here's Dobbs. Gets it to Gordon. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Falcons send out their punter. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. He'll return it from the 6. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. A second quarter score from down in Houston. And the early going, it's the Texans out in front. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. A first down throw here for Rivers. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing. And
they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. A second down throw for Rivers. Completes it to Lee. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. In motion now is Lee. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Rivers has been through this many times as he'll hustle his guys to the line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Falcons grab it. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. On first down, Dobbs to throw. He's going to air one out. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered, and he's able to get a hand in and knock it away.
Meanwhile, a second quarter score from Carolina, and really pouring it on now with the Cowboys. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. And he'll send the tight end in motion left. On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. The Falcons on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, Dobbs. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Let's go! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Here we go!
They're going to try and throw. And he fires Here's one that's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Flowers. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Following the interception here, Rivers under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Check.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got this one just across midfield to the 49. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play, as we'll get a timeout, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. The Saints on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. In motion left goes a tight end. They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Rivers. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Matt Bosher now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at about the 14. A second quarter score from down in Houston. It's the Texans firmly in control of that one. They've scored again. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the 3rd quarter. And I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Now a handoff looking right. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things. They've not let them run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
The Saints on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. They'll need to get the play off quickly to throw on third down. Rivers forced out to his left. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there.
This is intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. Look at the spin.
Balance.
And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Now they'll run it on the toss. There he goes inside the 30. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Now, back in my old days, before college, I played a little bit of offense. I used to love to pitch the ball to my backs. How about that pitch right on that play?
Yeah, going right. People run to the right more than to the left, don't they, in real life and in video games?
That is true. A lot of offenses constructed to run to the right side of the line of scrimmage. Those big tackles, usually your power blockers.
And he motions the wide receiver. And to give this time to the tailback. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. While other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll try to throw here. Rivers. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Brandon, some of those windows that throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
And this offense on third down today, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and goal.
12.
Now receiver in motion left. Play clock winding down. On third down, they'll try and run for it on the draw. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage.
Jason Pierre-Paul first burst on the scene for me, headed towards his draft year. You know what I saw him doing? Like 15, 16 backflips in a row on a YouTube video.
Athlete.
Absolute athlete. And he uses that agility to slip past guys and make plays in the backfield.
That draft year 2010, 15th overall pick. So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach. But it kept the offense out of the end zone.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And some room to maneuver.
Well, whatever the relationship was between the special teams and the offense, it's gotten a heck of a lot closer after a return like that. The special teams just keep setting them up. The offense thinks they'll go out there and knock them down.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. They'll try and get the ground game going. Here's Gordon. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And ready now for 2nd and 9. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets them up 1st and goal.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. In the red zone this time. First and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons will extend their lead. And there you go, nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
And oh, it's blocked. Butker now to kick this one away. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here, and they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. He's had it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
They run it here with Gordon. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
To throw is Dobbs. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That is now seven interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Now they'll run it on the toss, and he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Now a handoff here to his running back, and he'll be taken down right around the 27. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And he finds Cook. Jared Cook, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, nice move. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. He'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. They get this in the hands of their speedster Dorsett. And some room to work. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. After the penalty, here's Freeman. Back now here on EA Sports. 13 all our score as we start quarter number 4. See if they stay on the ground for second down. Freeman again. Room here to run. Freeman a first down and more. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That good for 19 and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And he's brought down after a good game. That good for 22 and a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. A toss play, Gordon, and he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Melvin Gordon with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Falcons have broken our tie. Butker on for the PAT. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Butker now to kick this one away. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Rivers now to throw on first down. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is knocked down from the side near the 34-yard line. A good first down call as the screenplay gets him 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Hey, Rocket. Hey, is that 180? Hey, hot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Throwing Rivers. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah. Not
an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
On second down, Rivers again. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Fresh set of downs here. From the gun, Rivers. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Mario Edwards in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
Ready? Set. 380. Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Back down, here we go.
Play action now. Rivers. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So the D-line's going to spread out. Third and long for Rivers. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, three things can happen, and two of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
I remember Philip Dorsett coming out of the University of Miami ready to hit the league. All we talked about was speed, speed, speed. Just throw it to him, and you've got a great chance at a completion, but not that time.
Not that time. They tried a deep downfield with his speed, but incomplete. Throwing here, Dobbs. It's caught, Shepard. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up in the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
On second down, Freeman. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. And almost intercepted. That would have been his third pick in this game alone. Instead, fourth down.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Taken in at the 11. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Falcons grab it. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Zero rooting interest in it, but that one hurt.
Well, yeah, you're losing in the fourth quarter. A bad time for a fumble on a punt return.
They had an opportunity. All right, they were sensing. They're down on the scoreboard, and now they just gave that one up.
And a great spot to start this drive from here. Now Gordon on first down. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Now Dobbs. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Dobbs is throwing. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Rivers. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A good pick up there of 20 yards. And to give this time to the tailback. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Time running out here on the play clock. They'll look to throw. Getting it out left side to Sanu. And he's brought down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
The wide receiver moving to a new spot. He'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Nice, well-coached, a team that understands what's going on. They still have time to work the middle of the field as they just did there.
Back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Lee. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Inside of a minute to go now. 2 timeouts left. Still in pretty good shape.
I think they're in excellent shape here if they use the timeouts judiciously and use the sideline as an additional timeout.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there in the final minute. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. They're on to the fourth quarter now, by the way, at Bank of America Stadium in Carolina. And really pouring it on now with the Cowboys. A win would be their second on the young season. set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Now Gordon. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Eight yards to go here on 2nd down.
Here we go.
Dobbs. Left side, it's Dorsett. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back, right at the line of scrimmage. And the Saints signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. The Falcons on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now Dobbs. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fielded at the 20. Ooh, with a juke. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Rivers. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and short. Rivers to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. And the wideout in motion. First down, Rivers. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Ready. All right, now, look at 56. Lock it, fight.
Now a second down throw for Rivers. And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped. Mario Edwards in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. In need of a 3rd and 10 conversion to keep this opening drive of OT alive.
Ready. Hey!
From the gun, Rivers. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, PI gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. And now here's a carry heading left. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field.
And that's the problem with putting a bigger personnel package in. A lot of times it makes it hard to find space. And now you're looking at 3rd and goal.
They've got the jumbo set out there. A huge play in this overtime session. It's 3rd and inches. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th.
Now this feels like old school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to at least get them a lead here in overtime. 2 minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this. So now here's the kicker, Andrew Franks, in a pressure spot. This to at least get them a lead here in overtime. And Frank's kick is good. Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay